Recording.
Alright, so we're going to do this video that I've been actually trying to do the last 2 days. And my camera died both times, so got it all charged up and we should be good to go. So it is tax day. 4/15/24, and it's beautiful out. About 70 here on 60th in Oklahoma, and should be about 65 when we get closer to the lake. So we're gonna take Oklahoma east to Kinnickinnick. And we'll take Kinnickinnick up to First. So we'll go through the Bayview area, the Harbor District. We're going to go through Walker's Point. We'll go through the historic 3rd Ward, downtown. We'll go up to the Brady Street neighborhood and the east side. And then we'll come back. It's too bad that now we're doing this on a Monday because both yesterday and Saturday when I tried making this video, the downtown area was just booming. Tons of people out. It's been a beautiful weekend. We had 70-degree weather on Saturday and 80s, well, high 70s yesterday. But I learned from the last couple of days to wear my jacket today because Saturday when I was riding around, like I said, it was 70 by my place, and I just had a t-shirt on, and by the time I got to downtown, the east side, I was freezing. It was probably in the low to mid 50s. So this is considered the Jackson Park neighborhood of Milwaukee. The city of Milwaukee kind of has a weird like finger that goes along Oklahoma Avenue all the way out to Highway 100. So this is technically Milwaukee here. But on both sides, both north and south, we have two different municipalities. To the north, where we are right now, would be West Milwaukee, and a little bit further west is West Allis. And to the south is Greenfield, along Layton Avenue. But like I said, we're going to take Oklahoma almost as far as you can go. We're going to stop at Kinnickinnick and take that up so I can show everybody what the Bayview neighborhood's all about. It's definitely, I want to say up and coming, but it's kind of already came now. It's very popular neighborhood for people about my age. I mean, of course, there's people from all ages, but I would say that the millennials are definitely the ones buying up most of the single-family homes over in that area. It's a kind of a hipster area. It's also known as the gay area, I guess, if they want to call claims to a neighborhood, it would be down in that area. Very hipster, trendy. So on the left here is St. Luke's Medical Center. That's actually the largest hospital in Wisconsin. Now we do have the Milwaukee Medical Center or whatever with the Frederick and the Medical College, which is a larger facility as far as things that they offer. But as far as hotel or hospital beds, this is the largest hotel in the state, or hospital in the state. So we're coming up here to 27th Street and the famous Leon's Custard Stand. We also have the domes. Well, the domes are going that way, but Pulaski High School. So as we get east on the south side here, this is a predominantly Hispanic neighborhoods on the south side of Milwaukee. And you'll see that will become more evident as we get closer towards the lake. Once you get past the freeway, then you're in the Bayview neighborhood. It's a pretty obvious change. So up by this Walgreens and the McDonald's, this is 6th Street. So the easiest way to get downtown, excuse me, easiest way to get downtown from here is to just take 6th Street straight north. Little Resistance goes straight up into the downtown area, but we're going to go under the freeway here. This is I-94 coming up. Southbound traffic is headed toward Chicago, northbound headed into Milwaukee and beyond. Couldn't ask for a better day. Blue skies, I don't see a cloud in the sky. So once we go into the freeway now, this is considered the Bayview neighborhood, and this is a little bit of industrial right here, but once we get up here to Chase, I believe this is actually Howell? Nope, Chase. Then you're in more of the neighborhoods, and this is considered, like I said, to be more of a hipster neighborhood. We're going to go past Humboldt Park. There's a large park in the Bayview neighborhood. A lot of stuff going on in this park in the summer. There's always there's a festival series called Chill on the Hill. They have a beer garden that they usually set up. And with this being one of the more dense neighborhoods in the city, there's always a lot of activity in this park. But not today on a Monday. All the kids are in school. But you can already tell the houses are quite a bit nicer. The lots are smaller. And the streets have ended the numbers. Now we're into named streets going north and south. Oh, we're going to go through another yellow. So the next highway that we're going to go under is 794. Down where we are here, it's just a divided highway. But it is technically an interstate spur in the downtown area, and there's a lot of debate right now about whether or not the city should, or the state should, refurbish it, or if they should just demolish it and turn it into a at-grade boulevard. I think people are kind of resistant to change in Milwaukee area. I can understand why people would want to keep it the same and just improve it, but I think, in my opinion, I think the best solution is to demolish it, put an at-grade boulevard, and open all that land up to development. I mean, it's just, if you're in the downtown area, it's basically a wall kind of blocking out the downtown CBD area from the booming Third Ward neighborhood. And I just think it could be so much better utilized, and rather than cutting the city in two. Alright, so Kinnikinnick is the main commercial road in Bayview. Chase and Howell have larger big box stores, but this is going to be all your smaller restaurants, boutiques. Have a good view of the downtown area as we come in. And it'll be a striking change as we continue north here. Because it's going to get pretty urban pretty quick. And I think the appeal of Bayview is that it still retains kind of like a small town feel while you're in a major metropolitan area, and it's very walkable. You're close to the lake, so there's a lot of park area. Property values have consistently been higher in this neighborhood than those in surrounding neighborhoods. And once we go underneath 794 again, we'll be getting into the main downtown Bayview. One thing that I really love about Milwaukee is we have a lot of really good architecture. Historic architecture that we've retained. You know, just like any city, we've definitely lost quite a bit to gentrification and just neglect, but I think the city as a whole has done a pretty good job of retaining a lot of its old world charm. And it will be evident in the few neighborhoods we're going to be coming into here shortly. Must be a show at the Avalon. There's a lot of great theaters, old movie theaters, and even show theaters in the city. You know, arts is a big deal in this city, and again, retained a lot of the charm of those old theaters. They're still in use today, and this would be considered the downtown Bayview area. Yeah, if you were out here the last couple of days, these streets were packed with people. But you can see a lot of new development coming in as well. Ahead of us you can see the Allen Bradley Clock Tower, which until recently was the largest working four-faced clock in the world. But I think whatever that hotel is called in Mecca took that title from them. The company's not even called Allen Bradley anymore. It's now Rockwell Automation. It's one of the Fortune 500 companies that we host here in Milwaukee. Got some other new development down that way. Michaels Corporation, which is a large construction company. They do work across the whole state, and my guess is across the entire Midwest. Get a good view of the downtown skyline as we're going to cross over the Kinnickinnick River here and the harbor. This is the new headquarters of Komatsu, which is another large corporation in the city that manufactures mining equipment. So we're now in the Harbor District. This is a new focus for the city for redevelopment. They're going to try to make this more mixed use. It's a little gritty. It kind of blends into Walker's Point, which has had a lot of success in the last decade with gentrification and, again, that historic charm that is being retained from rehabilitation processes. And I would say the housing stock in this area is a little bit questionable, but the restaurants and bars in the area have far outpaced the housing stock. I would say for me personally, I probably wouldn't want to live on this side of town. However, I can see the investment potential, because in time, I'm guessing in the next couple of decades, this area is going to be booming just like Walker's Point was, with close proximity to the lake, close proximity to downtown and the Third Ward. So as we're crossing Greenfield now, I would consider us now in Walker's Point, which is, again, a very trendy neighborhood, up and coming. Used to be a lot of warehouses that are being converted into apartments. There's a lot of new development that's happening. Also kind of a hotbed for the gay community. There's quite a few gay bars in the area. But what you can see is that once one neighborhood takes off, it kind of starts to spill around the whole area. So like Walker's Point, even 10 years ago, was a very questionable area. And now it's one of the hottest neighborhoods in the city. Due mostly in part of the success of the Third Ward, which, that too, I mean, you go back 30 years and you wouldn't have wanted to be in the Third Ward neighborhood. It was pretty sketchy, and now it's arguably the most sought after neighborhood in the entire city. Oh, nice fucking blinker. Sorry for my language there. Alright, so we're coming up on what I would consider, well, I don't know if it would be downtown Walker's Point, because that's probably on 5th Street where a lot of the retail is. This is kind of the intersection that brings you up to the Milwaukee River here, and we're going to be entering into the historic Third Ward. Iconic neighborhood. Alright, we are now on Water Street. So Milwaukee's got a couple of new skyscrapers that are going up. We've got the one right here in the Third Ward. That's 333 Water. Luxury apartments. We're coming up to the Milwaukee Public Market. On the right is the Milwaukee Ballet, I want to say, or the Symphony, sorry. Yep, here's the Milwaukee Public Market. And as we cross underneath I-794, we're going to head into the downtown CBD district. Okay, so we're coming up to the intersection of Water Street and Wisconsin Avenue, which is what I consider the main intersection in the city. I mean, it's the crossroads in the city. So I kind of think of this corner right here as like the heart of the city. Wisconsin Avenue is Milwaukee's main street, runs from the lakefront west. Got Milwaukee City Hall in front of us, iconic building. So to our right over here, this interesting looking building is another one of Milwaukee's large businesses, MGIC. To the west, you can probably see the courthouse that stands up above the rest of the city, imposing structure over there. We're going to continue on Water Street up and kind of merge into Brady Street. So Milwaukee is very much known for its drinking culture, its beer. There's lots of breweries in the city. Most notably is Miller Brewing, but back in the day we had Pabst Blue Ribbon, Schlitz, Blatz. And so with that comes a lot of bars and nightlife. And on Water Street, this is traditionally known as, one of the party strips, but there's plenty of other areas where people enjoy the nightlife now, and Brady Street's one of those. So across the river there we have another one of Milwaukee's notable businesses, Manpower Group, Fortune 500 company. And to my right is actually MSOE, Milwaukee School of Engineering. Which is known to be one of the best engineering schools in the country, if not the world. It's a private university here in Milwaukee. We've got 3 large universities and many other smaller colleges throughout the city, giving us a very large student population. Just in the downtown area, we've got Milwaukee School of Engineering, Marquette, which is a private Catholic school, and the state school is UWM, University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Alright, so Water Street is going to curve around here, and it continues to follow the river. But if you continue with the flow of traffic, you're actually going to continue to go east, and that's Brady Street. So we're going to go along Brady Street, which is another one of Milwaukee's pedestrian friendly and hip neighborhoods. Lots of nightlife, lots of restaurants, boutiques. And this strip has been like this for decades, since my grandparents were my age or younger. I mean, as far as I know, this has been one of the main entertainment districts in the city. can definitely feel the difference in temperature now that we're getting closer to the lake. We're only 5 or 6 blocks from the lake at this point. Now, we're up on top of a hill. It's hard to kind of believe that. Well, I guess we did come up the hill a little bit. But we're up on top of a bluff above the lake. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get a good picture. I suppose I could take a route that way to go past the lake. But in the springtime, you know, land warms quicker than water does. And so having that big lake to our east, it retains a lot of cool water, and that affects the temperatures closer to the lake. So anytime you're here and you listen to the weather on the news, they're always going to talk about what the temperatures are going to be like in the metro area, and then they'll always have a different temperature near the lake. Same thing for like snowfall. Because for those that haven't seen the Great Lakes, they are much like inland seas. They're very large bodies of water that I think a lot of people that haven't seen them underestimate. So we'll continue on Brady Street to its terminus at Prospect Avenue. Now the east side is essentially the area between the lake and the Milwaukee River north of the downtown area. And it's called the east side because it's east of the Milwaukee River. It's the most dense neighborhood in the city. It is a thin strip of land, so where we are currently is, well, if we go a few blocks north, it's the thinnest section of land between the lake and the river. And we're actually not on the lake because we're above it. So there's actually another road below on the bottom of the bluff called Lincoln Memorial Drive. And that's essentially all parkland down on the bottom of the bluff, all the way along the whole east side and downtown area. It's also where our most famous museums are, the Discovery World. This apartment up here, I used to live in this building, but the famous Calatrava Art Museum, Discovery World. They're all located on the lake in that parkland. So you can see, just being over on this side of town, you'll have a lot more people in jackets, and it's noticeably cooler. 10 to 15 degrees cooler than when I started. So we're going over a bike path and a running path that used to be old train lines, but it's now a running path that runs between the lakefront and along the Milwaukee River. We're coming up to now the North Avenue commercial area. Oh my gosh. Frustrating, it's for sure. So just like Chicago, actually, Milwaukee also has an old water tower, and it's located right down at the end of North Avenue. But we're going to head west. And again, this is another one of Milwaukee's commercial districts. It's the closest commercial district to, like with entertainment and nightlife, to the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, UWM, and so it tends to have a lot more students down in this area, more college bars. But also it's, again, flanks one of the most densely populated neighborhoods in the city.